Every child is a winner. చదువులో, తెలివితేటల్లో, ఆలోచన విధానంలో, నాయకత్వ లక్షణాల్లో వారు ఏ రంగంలో ముందున్నారో గుర్తించి విజేతలుగా నిలపడమే ఉల్లంపర్రు మాంటిసోరీస్ ప్రత్యేకత. ఐఐటి ఎంట్రన్స్ కు సంబంధించి జేఈఈ మెయిన్స్ లో సంచలన విజయాలు సాధించిన ఉల్లంపర్రు మాంటిసోరీస్ విద్యార్థులు సిహెచ్ మోహన్ కిషోర్ 99.6 తో ఉభయ గోదావరి జిల్లాలో తిరుమల కాలేజ్ టాపర్, డి దినేష్ 99.3 తో పాలకొల్లు టాపర్, టి దివ్య శ్రీలక్ష్మి 97.1, ఎన్ అనుష 96.4, ఏ ఆదిత్య 95.5. ఐఐటి టాపర్స్ తో పాటు ఏ కేటగిరీలో రంగరాయ మెడికల్ కాలేజీలో సీటు సాధించిన మా విద్యార్థిని ఏ కార్తీక. అంతేకాకుండా మరో 10 మెడికల్ సెట్లతో పాటు 8 మందిని చార్టెడ్ అకౌంటెంట్స్ గా తీర్చిదిద్దింది ఉల్లంపర్రు మాంటిసోరీస్. పాలకొల్లు పట్టణంలో ఉన్నత విద్యతో పాటు భవిష్యత్తులో బాగా సెటిల్ అవుతున్న వారిలో అత్యధికులు ఉల్లంపర్రు మాంటిసోరీస్ విద్యార్థులే. మీరే గమనించండి, సరైన నిర్ణయం తీసుకోండి. అడ్మిషన్ల కొరకు సంప్రదించండి మాంటిసోరీస్ విద్యా సంస్థలు ఉల్లంపర్రు. ఫోన్ 222206. బ్రాంచెస్ రామారావుపేట. ఫోన్ 224200. కొడిగట్టు. ఫోన్ 228800.
I am Rajeshwari. I started a new topic from respiration. I already said the lesson of the pathway of air, events and steps in respiration. And what is the pathway of air? The pathway of air, meaning starting from the nostrils to alveoli, is the pathway of air. That means this is the nostrils, and behind the nostril cavities, and behind the pharynx and larynx, bronchi, bronchioles, and bronchioles and trachea. Now I started from the trachea. Trachea is further divided into two parts, that is known as bronchioles and bronchi, and bronchi is further divided into bronchioles. At the end of the path of the air is alveoli. Alveoli is a unique a single celled structure, and it has a thin membrane, and it is a sac like structure. Like here is the structure of alveoli. Today we start the topic is gases exchange at lungs level. That means the process of respiration here. The process of respiration. That means the gases exchange at the part of lungs level. At the part of lungs level, a lungs consists of a numerous structures that is known as alveoli. That is known as alveoli. The structural and functional unit of the lungs is alveoli. The structural and functional unit of the lungs is alveoli. Alveoli has a thin membrane, a single celled structure, and it has a sac-like structure. At the end of the bronchioles, a number of sac-like structure here, and a sac-like structure associated with the blood vessel. A sac-like structure or alveolus is associated with the blood vessels. That blood vessels is known as a blood capillary network. Blood capillary network. A blood capillary network contains a more number of cells that is known as red blood cells. That is known as red blood cells. A red blood cells red blood cells has a red in color due to the pigment is known as hemoglobin. Here alveoli is closely associated with the blood vessels. That blood vessels is known as blood capillary network. The blood is red color due to the pigment of hemoglobin. Like a chlorophyll. Due to the pigment of chlorophyll, the all plant contains a green color as well as due to the pigment of hemoglobin, all blood cells has a red in color. Okay, in the exchange of gases here from alveoli to blood capillary network by the process of diffusion. You have already learned this blood capillary network in the circulatory system. In previous classes, the circulatory system has two types of vessels, that is arteries, and second one is veins. That is arteries and second one is veins. In the arteries, the vessels are the vessels are ended with the blood capillary network and the veins are started from blood capillary network in circulatory system. That is learned in your previous classes. Here this is the blood capillary network. This is closely associated with a sac-like structure. That sac-like structure is known as a alveoli. And the alveoli has a thin membrane, a single-celled structure. So it has a single-celled structure. The process of diffusion takes place here. That means the oxygen passes from alveoli to blood capillary network, and the carbon dioxide is passes from blood capillary network to alveoli. So the process of diffusion takes place here. So what is the meaning of diffusion? What is the meaning of diffusion? The diffusion means the gases exchange from high concentration to low concentration is known as diffusion. You already learned that in your previous 9th class lesson, cell membrane. Here that is also takes place here. For example, in the process of cellular respiration, the oxygen is utilized here. This is the cell, and the oxygen is passed into blood capillary network to cell. So the oxygen is utilized here. And the carbon dioxide is produced here. So the concentration of carbon dioxide is high in the cell. So the percentage of oxygen is low here in blood capillary network. So the process of concentration is passes from high concentration to low concentration takes place here, from cell to blood capillary network, from blood capillary network to cell. So the combining of and second step or important step of in this gases exchange here. This is the pigment is known as hemoglobin. The capacity of pigment hemoglobin is have a combining capacity. That means hemoglobin is combined with oxygen. Hp plus O2 gives rise to HbO2. It takes place in lungs. That means it takes place in the place of alveoli. And next, the oxygen passes from here and it is into a tissues at cell level. In the process of cellular respiration is completed in that HbO2 is gives rise to Hp plus O2 takes place in the tissue level. And next topic is from the respiration lesson, mechanism of respiration in humans. The mechanism of respiration in humans, the important and the main organ is lungs. Each and every organism or animal or human being contains two lungs. Right side has a right lung, and left side has a left lung. And the trachea is further divided into two parts. You already know that. They are bronchi. Each bronchi goes to each side lung. That means right bronchi goes to right lung, left bronchi goes to left lung. And next bronchi is further divided into small branches is known as bronchioles. And bronchioles further form a structure, already you know that, alveoli. And each bronchi goes to each lung. That means right bronchi goes to a right lung and left bronchi goes into a left lung. And next we are go to the structure of lungs. We are enter the structure of lungs. The lungs in you find your lungs in it has your chest cavity and thoracic cavity. The cavity of the lungs is known as a chest cavity or thoracic cavity. And in front of the chest cavity or thoracic cavity has a chest wall. In front of the thoracic cavity or chest cavity has a chest wall. The chest wall is formed in the three parts, that is muscles, ribs and bones. muscles, ribs and bones. The ribs are attached to the rib bones or ribs attached to the lungs in a angle of spine. Angle of spine. This is known as a angle of spine. The ribs or rib bones attached to the lungs. The angle of spine. The angle of spine. This is the chest muscle wall. Chest muscle wall. This is trachea and this is a bronchi and this one is a bronchioles and bronchiole consists a alveolar structure. What is the meaning of breathing? Breathing means inhalation of oxygen and exhalation of carbon dioxide is known as a breathing. Inhalation of oxygen and exhalation of carbon dioxide is known as breathing. And the next, the structure of lungs. A structure of lungs, every human being has a two lungs. Every human being has a two lungs. Right side has one lung and left side has a second lung. And the lungs are bounded by the membrane that is known as two membranes. Lungs are bounded by the two membranes that is known as pleura. That is known as here pleura. Lungs are protected or bounded by the membrane is known as pleura. A pleura filled with a fluid. A pleura filled with a fluid. What is the purpose or what is the utilization of the pleura is? It is protected from the injuries. Protected from the injuries. And the composition of air is in every human being respire the air or the composition of air is 21% of oxygen, 0.03% of carbon dioxide, 21% of oxygen, 0.03% of carbon dioxide and 78% of nitrogen. 78% of nitrogen. The composition of air is 21% of oxygen and 0.03% of carbon dioxide and 78% of nitrogen. And the capacity of lungs is, the total capacity of lung is 5,800 ml of air. The total lung capacity is 5,800 ml of air. That means how much of gas it will filled with the air totally. How much of gas it will filled with air totally 5,800 ml of air. 5,800 ml of air. And second numerical is 500 ml of air is a test who inhale, exhale approximately. Who inhale, exhale approximately is a 500 ml of air. 500 ml of air is known as who are exhale, inhale approximately. Yeah. That means in resting position. That means in resting position. What is the meaning of resting position? During in sleeping, during in sitting in one place, and during in don't do any work. You doesn't do any work like that. 500 ml of air is at rest. Who are approximately inhalation and exhalation. Inhalation and exhalation. And 1200 ml of air. 1200 ml of air. After complete inhalation and exhalation, a remains will stay in the lungs is known as 1200 ml of air. The figure of 1200 ml of air is after complete exhalation and inhalation. After complete exhalation and inhalation, it will stay. The air will stay in the lungs. This is the figure of 1200 ml of air. Left side lung is smaller than comparatively right side lung. Left side lung is smaller than comparatively right lung because of accommodate to heart. Left side lung is smaller when comparatively right side. It is due to accommodate of heart. And the total part is in a cavity that is known as thoracic cavity, and in front of the thoracic cavity chest wall is there. The chest wall is the chest wall consists of three parts: muscles, ribs and bones. We know that breathing is a process of inhalation and exhalation. We already know that respiration is a process of getting energy from the utilization of oxygen and releasing of CO2, H2O and energy. We know that breathing is a process of inhalation and exhalation. We already know that respiration is the process of getting energy from the cellular process. Cellular process. This is the inhalation. Inhalation means intake of air or intake of oxygen is known as inhalation. Intake of air or intake of composition of air is known as inhalation. In the process of inhalation, we don't know about the part of diaphragm. What is the meaning of diaphragm, or what is the part involved in the process of respiration? Diaphragm is a muscular valve. Here diaphragm here. Diaphragm is a muscular valve. It is separating from the lower abdominal cavity to chest cavity. It separates from the lower abdominal cavity to. It is a flat structure. Diaphragm is a flat structure, and it is like a wall. And thoracic cavity or lung cavity is like a room. This is a flattened structure and muscular wall, and it separates from the lower abdominal cavity to chest cavity. Okay. The diaphragm is the main part involved in the process of inhalation and exhalation. Diaphragm is a main part involved due to the process of inhalation and exhalation. In the process of inhalation, the main part is involved in the diaphragm. First important point of the inhalation is the diaphragm flattens, and the volume of the chest cavity increases. And internal pressure decreases. So depends upon these three properties. The air from the outside rushes into the lung side. In the exhalation process, the reversible action occurs in exhalation. Through the process of what is the meaning of exhalation? The air goes to outside, or the carbon dioxide goes to outside is known as exhalation. In the process of exhalation, the main steps involved here. The first step of the exhalation is the chest wall is lowered. And moves inward. Diaphragm relaxes, and it assumes as dome shape. Diaphragm relaxes and assumes it's a dome shape like this, and increase the pressure on the lungs due to the deposition of carbon dioxide. Increase the pressure on the lungs. So squeezes the air out. Squeezes the air out through the nostrils. This is the total process or total mechanism of respiration in humans. The total role is played by the diaphragm. Diaphragm is a muscular wall, and it separates the abdominal cavity from abdominal cavity to chest cavity. Cellular respiration. What is the meaning of cellular respiration? The respiration takes place within the cell is known as a cellular respiration. What is the meaning of respiration? Cellular respiration. Respiration takes place within the cell is known as cellular respiration. The cellular respiration occurs in two types of organisms. They are prokaryotes and eukaryotes. What is the meaning of prokaryotes? Prokaryotes means the nucleus or the nuclear material is bounded by the nuclear membrane. And the organisms have doesn't have the organelles. That particular organism is known as prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Eukaryotes means the organisms contains a nucleus. Nucleus contains a nuclear membrane and total organelles. And the total organelles are bounded by the membrane. These organisms is known as eukaryotes. The examples of prokaryotes are small organisms like bacteria, yeast cells, bacteria and yeast cells. And what is the examples of eukaryotes? Eukaryotes examples are animal cells, plant cells, human cells. These are the examples of eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells. And what is cellular respiration? What is cellular? The cellular respiration is of two types. The first one is aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration takes place in the presence of O2 is known as aerobic. Aerobic respiration means it takes place in the presence of O2 is known as aerobic. It doesn't or absence of oxygen is known as anaerobic respiration. Is known as anaerobic respiration. Okay, aerobic respiration or cellular respiration takes place in the within the cells, and it also takes place in the two parts. That is, first one is cytoplasm and second one is mitochondria. First one is cytoplasm and second one is mitochondria. Okay, the cellular respiration consists of two phases. The cellular respiration consists of two phases. First one is glycolysis and second one is a Krebs cycle. First one is glycolysis and second one is Krebs cycle. What is the meaning of glycolysis? What is the meaning of glycolysis? To split the glucose and into form a pyruvate is known as glycolysis. Glycolysis means to split the glucose, and that means the respiration starting from the splitting of glucose. The respiration starting from the splitting of glucose. Glucose split into form a pyruvate. Split into form a pyruvate is known as glycolysis. It is forms in the cytoplasm. And the next step or starting from the respiration is next term takes place in the mitochondria. Takes place in the mitochondria. In the mitochondria, this is the presence of oxygen. It doesn't the presence of oxygen. In the presence of oxygen, by the utilization of oxygen, a bulk amount of ATP is formed. Bulk amount of ATP is formed. What is bulk amount of ATP or energy? What is the bulk amount of ATP or energy means? ATP means a package of energy. A package of energy. ATP means adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate. And how much of ATP formed in the aerobic respiration? 36 ATP is formed in the aerobic respiration. By the utilization of oxygen, release the parts of energy CO2 and H2O. Energy CO2 and H2O. By the utilization of oxygen in the presence of aerobic respiration or oxygen, a bulk amount of energy is released. A bulk amount of energy is ATP. That means 36 ATP molecules are formed in the aerobic respiration. Energy plus CO2 plus H2O is formed in the aerobic respiration in the presence of O2. Anaerobic respiration, it absence of O2. Two types of products are formed. First one is ethanol and second one is lactic acid. Ethanol and lactic acid. Lactic acid is formed in the bacteria. You know the previous classes like 8th classes, the fermentation process. The fermentation process occurs here by in the organisms or microorganisms like yeast, and a small amount of energy and heat is formed here. In the fermentation process means the yeast is produced. Ethanol and energy is called as fermentation process. And in bacteria, by the process of anaerobic respiration, doesn't utilization of oxygen, energy and lactic acid is formed. There is the two examples of anaerobic respiration. The first example is bacteria and second example is yeast. There is the two equations of aerobic and anaerobic respirations. There is two equations of aerobic and anaerobic respirations. By the utilization of oxygen or glucose is completely oxidized to form a CO2 and energy, more amount is released in the process of aerobic respiration. By the utilization of oxygen or Glucose is completely oxidized to CO2 and H2O. More amount of energy is released. The more amount of release, it means 1 glucose is equal to 36 ATP molecules of energy is released. 1 glucose is equal to 36 ATP molecules of energy is released. 1 ATP equal to 7,200 calories of energy. 1 ATP equal to 7,200 calories of energy. Right. And next one, in anaerobic respiration, it absence of oxygen here. Here is a equation. Glucose gives rise to energy plus lactic acid or ethanol by the process of fermentation. A small amount of or a small pack of ATPs are released.
Respiratory system. To understand the process of breathing. In humans, the main organs responsible for respiration are present in the thoracic cavity. In the thorax region, the rib cage and a dome-shaped fibrous tissue, known as the diaphragm, are observed. Present within the rib cage are the pleural membranes, which enclose the lungs. The right lung is divided into 3 lobes: the right superior, right middle, and the right inferior lobe. The left lung is smaller and has only 2 lobes, the left superior and the left inferior lobe. Both the lungs are associated externally with small tubular bronchi, which unite and extend into the trachea. The trachea has incomplete C-shaped rings of cartilage, which prevent the tracheal wall from collapsing. The trachea leads into the pharynx, which is connected to the nostrils. As we breathe in air, the oxygen molecules enter the nostrils and travel downwards through the pharynx and trachea to finally reach the bronchi. From each bronchus, oxygen travels into the lungs. Within the lungs, the bronchus divides repeatedly to form bronchioles. Oxygen travels through these bronchioles and reaches the alveoli, each of which is surrounded by a network of capillaries. A section of one alveolus shows the presence of numerous alveolar chambers with pores. Blood, containing RBCs, is seen flowing through the capillaries. The oxygen molecules from the alveolus diffuse into the capillary and then get absorbed by the bluish-purple RBCs. This causes oxygenation of the RBCs, and a transition in their color from bluish-purple to red is observed. The blood moving into the alveolus contains RBCs and carbon dioxide molecules. These molecules are released into the alveolus. The carbon dioxide collects in the alveolar chamber. And then from the alveolus, it travels through the bronchioles into the bronchus, which finally reaches the trachea, and is breathed out through the nostrils. So the process of breathing in air rich in oxygen is called inhalation. After the contraction of the muscular diaphragm, the lungs expand, and the air rushes in, resulting in the inflation of the alveoli. During exhalation, the diaphragm moves up and the lungs contract. Thus, the alveoli deflate, causing the air to be forced out. This exhaled air is rich in carbon dioxide. This process of inhalation and exhalation is known as respiration, which is approximately 20 times per minute. Summary. In the thorax region, the rib cage and the diaphragm are observed, which play a vital role in respiration. Present within the rib cage are the pleural membranes, which enclose the lungs. The right lung consists of 3 lobes, while the left lung has only 2 lobes. Both the lungs are associated externally with bronchi, which unite and extend into the trachea. As we breathe, the oxygen molecules enter the nostrils and travel downwards, through the pharynx and trachea, to finally reach the bronchi. From each bronchus, oxygen travels into the lungs. Within the lungs, the bronchus divides repeatedly to form bronchioles. Oxygen travels through these bronchioles and reaches the alveoli, each of which is surrounded by a network of capillaries. As blood flows through the capillaries, the oxygen molecules from the alveolus diffuse into the capillary. This causes oxygenation of the RBCs. The carbon dioxide molecules are released into the alveolus. They are collected in the alveolar chamber, and then from the alveolus, it travels through the bronchioles. Into the bronchus, which finally reaches the trachea and is breathed out through the nostrils.
ఉల్లంపూర్ మాన్సో స్కూల్ గత నెల రోజుల నుంచి ఆన్లైన్ క్లాసులు చాలా సమర్థవంతంగా నిర్వహిస్తుంది. రాబోయే రోజుల్లో ఇలాంటి ఇబ్బంది ఎప్పుడు వచ్చినా కూడా ఆన్లైన్ టూల్స్తో విద్యాబోధన సమర్థవంతంగా చేసే విద్యా సంస్థ మన ఉల్లంపూర్ మాన్సో స్కూల్. అందుకే ఉల్లంపూర్ మాన్సో స్కూల్ అంటే తల్లిదండ్రులకు ఓ నమ్మకం, ఓ భరోసా.
మాంటిసోరీ స్కూల్.
మాంటిసోరీ స్కూల్ మారుతున్న కాలానికి తగ్గట్టుగా వసతులు పెంచుకుంటూ నూతన విద్యా విధానానికి అనుగుణంగా అధునాతన టెక్నాలజీ ఏర్పాటు చేసుకుంటూ అత్యుత్తమ విద్యా సంస్థగా ఎదిగింది. ఉల్లంపర్రు మాంటిసోరీ అంటే చదువులో నెంబర్ 1, ఆటలలో నెంబర్ 1, సాంస్కృతిక కార్యక్రమాలలో నెంబర్ 1.
విద్యార్థి ఆల్రౌండ్ డెవలప్మెంట్ కు చిరునామా ఉల్లంపర్రు మాంటిసోరీ స్కూల్.
ద లీడర్ ఇన్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్.